Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning we're going through a brand new 2026 Logan Coach Horsepower Chris Burandt Edition. This is going to be one of our gooseneck models, and this one's going to be one of our longer models at 33 feet on the floor. So if you guys are looking for a different size, I know I've got this option in a 31-foot gooseneck. I have one in a 27 as well if you guys want the more compact, getting up in those tighter mountain roads, and I know I have some bumper pull options as well. But this morning we are looking at your 33-foot model here. And with the Chris Burandt package, you're getting a two-tone exterior. So with this one here, we're gonna have white up at the front, and we're gonna have a light gray silver at the tail end. And you guys will notice as we pass by, we do have our Chris Burandt stickers on this guy. And please keep in mind, I've had a lot of questions, guys. We are not just slapping these stickers on here, upcharging these trailers and calling them a Chris Burandt package. Chris Burandt has sat down with Logan. He has custom designed these interiors after using these trailers. He takes them out and he uses them, and he knows what functionality needs to happen inside of this trailer. So you're getting a lot more than just that sticker up there. So hang with me as we get past this exterior here. We're looking at a spread axle setup. We have tandem 6Ks under this one with your black accent aluminum wheels. I love the black accent. I think it really pops with this white exterior. And then of course your black tread bright down below. So you're really protecting that lower panel of your trailer from all the rocks kicking up on there, the salt off of your roads when you get that back spray. So back here at the back, we're gonna have a full ramp door with the cable assist. And while we're back here, before we even step inside, I'm just gonna show you guys how easy these ramps are to use. First, you're just gonna flip up your extra piece right here that covers the ground to your ramp. And then you have one extra plastic piece that covers from the ramp to the inside of your trailer. That just covers your hinges right there. Because we have talked to a lot of customers in previous Chris Burandt Edition trailers that have wondered, what have you guys done differently to make these ramps not as heavy, right? There was a lot of complaints about rear door springs and this ramp almost taking you out when you're using it. Well, I'm gonna show you guys one hand right here how easy they are to use. So we're not having to worry about climbing up under here and just straight deadlifting a ramp up in the air at the end of a long day. Riding your snowmobiles, you're not gonna wanna have to battle this thing just to get home. They're super easy to use, and they're not gonna squish you when they come down either. So a lot better design right there. A lot of thought went into that as well, trying to make these super user-friendly for you guys. And then we have those caliper grips on here, so you do have some traction with your sled tracks getting up in here. Though of course you're always just gonna wanna get that running start anyways, because you know how things can get with snow and ice. Even though we do have all these extra grips on here, we're still climbing up into a deck over trailer. So we're gonna wanna have that ambition getting up in here. And then first thing, our floor drains back here at the rear of this trailer. We do have these floor drains at the rear, and then Chris Burandt went ahead and added them at the front as well. So you guys know with sleds, once you do get them in here, they're gonna start melting and you're gonna have a lot of moisture in this trailer. We do have the drains at the front and the rear in your Chris Burandt package. And then coming inside, we do have our airliner track full length down both sides as well. And then so you guys can move those rings. This track is full length. You can take it out and put it in any of those circles right there. You can locate those wherever you guys need to. So you have the adjustability and the versatility to strap down your sleds anywhere inside this trailer. And also, if you guys are dual purposing this trailer, if you are gonna be using it in spring and summer, you guys are gonna have all your toys in here, your side-by-sides, your ATVs, you're taking your dirt bikes out. You guys wanna go camping, you're gonna go to hunt and camp, and you're just gonna kind of use this as like your base camp. You guys can strap down whatever you need to in here. You're strapping down all of your equipment to go hunting with you, your wall tents, that sort of thing. You guys have the option to do that with that full-length airliner track. One of the options that Chris Burandt added was just extra lights. You guys are gonna see extra lights everywhere inside of this trailer. It gives you a really good full look back here, all the way down both sides. Down low, we have lights, and up top, full length down both sides. We have just tons of lights because you guys are trying to take off early in the morning or late at night. You need that visibility inside the space and outside. We just really wanna see what we're doing. And before I get past these two lights back here, speaking of visibility, we have two huge exterior lights right here. So when you guys are trying to work off of this trailer, you're coming back after a long ride, this lights right here, I don't even know if I can truly describe how bright these things are. They're not gonna give you just this visibility right here at your ramp. They're really gonna spread the light and allow you to see not just the trailer and what's right by the trailer, but all the way throughout. It's really gonna carry that and give you guys lots of visibility as you're working on and off of this trailer. We do have one of our benches right here. So these guys are just gonna fold down real easy. When you guys are looking for space to sit down and get ready, I have one of our horizontal benches. And then directly across from that, we're gonna have one of our fold down tables. So if you guys are sitting here on the bench getting ready, you have all of your smaller items right here while you're putting on your jackets and your pants. You can have your helmet sitting up here, you can have your goggles, you can have your gloves or your mittens. You can throw some hand warmers up here, whatever small items you have, you just wanna set them up off the ground while you're sitting here getting ready. It makes it really accessible right there. And then they're so easy to just fold back out of the way as well. So when you guys are done with them and you just want them out of your way so you can get your sleds out of here, they're super easy to just use, fold up and fold down. We got one of our light switches back here that's just gonna control these two LED strip lights that we have up on the ceiling. There's part of that Chris Burandt package as well. Just lots and lots of lights on this guy, but your light switch for those is right there. And this folds back up out of the way as well. Coming this way, we're gonna have overhead cabinetry right here, kind of your wood panel at the back here with just a little cubby hole for your smaller items, and then some auxiliary plugs up above. Go ahead and open those so you guys can see what options you have for auxiliary and USB plugs. One of our overhead aluminum cabinets right here, they're on a gas shock, so these lids are gonna stay up out of your way when you are getting your equipment in and out of here. And these cabinets right here are not heated. We have some heated cabinets up at the front. Keep in mind, these ones are not heated right here, just a good dry storage space. Down below, you guys are gonna notice lots and lots of coat hooks. So part of that Chris Burandt package is 12 extra of these coat hooks right here, because if you guys come back from your snowmobiling excursion for the day, you just think everything is going to be soaking wet. What do you need to dry out that gear? You need to hang it up and allow the air to get to it. So each individual piece of equipment you're gonna wanna be hanging up, whether it's your jackets, your pants, each individual glove you wanna set up so the air can get to it. You're gonna have lots of hanging space in here. And you think it's more than just you and a buddy. If it's you and your whole family, you and all of your buddies, because you are looking at a 33-foot floor length here, you're gonna have lots of sleds in here. You have lots of hooks to hang up your equipment and everyone else's. And then you're gonna have these outlets directly below. You're gonna get 6 of those as well. And these were designed by Chris right below these hooks for your avalanche bags. Your avalanche packs can plug in right there and charge for your next day. Right next to that, we have one of our frameless windows. So part of that package is your frameless windows that just crank and pop out. So ventilation is gonna be key inside of this space, especially when you do get those furnaces up front going. You guys have a 40,000 BTU and the 75,000 hot dog furnace. So you're gonna have a lot of heat pushing this direction. Really important to have these windows right here to get the air moving from front to back so you have that circulation, but also ventilation when you do start up your sleds inside of this space. You're gonna have that exhaust going. You wanna get that moving out. You have windows right here. And then we're gonna have a shelf right above as well. So you're gonna have lots of good storage right here. It's got a lip on it, so you can set all your stuff down in there as well, and it's not gonna fall off. And of course, a light above as well, an additional outlet. So you have visibility and then accessibility to plug in whatever items you need that could be sitting on this shelf right here and charging up for radios, equipment like that, your cell phones, your GPS, your Garmin, all that sort of stuff that you need to charge for your next day can just sit right there on that shelf. And then I'm gonna take you guys back to this side so we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. Another one of those windows I had mentioned for ventilation. Down below, we have a fuel door right here. I have it wide open right now so you guys can see just a good exterior access. If you guys are pulling up to a fuel station, obviously you're not gonna wanna go unloading all the sleds that you just loaded to get them fueled up. So you can very easily just grab the nozzle through here, run it through and fuel up all your sleds without having to unload anything, try and get around the back or try and get around the front, you have access points throughout this space right here to get in and fuel those guys. And then up here we have an oil caddy, so really good just storage space up high, so you don't have everything rolling around on the ground. You have your good storage right here for like your WD-40, your brake cleaner, your 2-stroke, and then you have a good shelf right here as well for things that aren't going to fit up here. You have additional storage right there for those items. And then down below you have this little bar right here, which is removable. So great spot if you're going to hang your shop rags right here. You guys can actually take this bar off, kind of like your paper towels at home, right? Stick it through and then put it back on there. So you have all of that kind of equipment right here, centrally located to be able to use user-friendly space right there. Going way back, we've got our strip lights up here, additional hanging space. You can never have too much hanging space. And then continuing back up front to this side over here, 2 more of these overhead cabinets with those gas shock lids that pop open. So nothing, you don't have to worry about holding these up while you're sticking your equipment in here. Very easy to use as well, especially even if you have like gloves on, you've got mittens on, you forgot something, you need to run in here. You're just pushing that and then popping that. So it's not like you need to pull your gloves off to get anything out of here. Lots more hanging space down here. Another fold down table right here. So you guys are up in this space getting dressed and preparing for the day. You can have you are getting ready back there, your buddies are getting ready up here. They have their own table as well for their equipment. While we're up here, we have a touchscreen radio right here, and we've got speakers carried throughout this trailer. So you guys can really, it's got a great sub with it as well. I've turned these on. They are a very good sound system. We have the same plugs up above that we saw at the end of this cabinetry. At that wood panel back there, you have your auxiliary, your USB, and then just a small pocket cabinet right there. While we're facing this direction, we have an additional fold down bench right here, same as at the back. And I just mentioned that fold down table for your buddies getting ready. You each have your own space. You're not gonna be tripping over each other. They're really well spaced out. You guys are gonna have all your gear laid around you right here. You don't have to worry about stepping over each other while you're getting ready. There's been a lot of thought put into these by Chris Burandt and Logan. Right here, we're just gonna have some more light switches, really well labeled for what lights are turning on and off, and then your remote control for your max air vent as well. And I'll point that out. We also have, this is gonna help you guys get your spare tire out down at the rear of the trailer, and then your shore power plug right here. And I will show you guys where you're gonna plug in that shore power cord, because there is a different location, which makes a lot more sense with these Chris Burandt packages as well. And then your tire ramp. So you guys are getting that spare tire because you need to change a tire. You're already gonna get that spare tire ramp with it. So very well equipped. Coming back up front, a lot more coat hooks. So what Chris did was he deleted the man door that you get on your Zebros horsepower. That's typically right here. He just deleted that and gave you guys a lot more coat hooks and a lot more of those outlets for charging purposes. You can never have too much hanging space. You're always gonna be hanging up your gear and equipment and your clothing right here to help it dry out. You're gonna have lots of space to do that on these trailers. Now back up front, you're gonna have your 75,000 BTU hot dog heater right here. We're really gonna push a lot of heat through this trailer. And then down below, we're gonna have those heated cabinets that I was mentioning. They are heated and ventilated, which is gonna be really important to note, because you're not just pushing heat into this space. You think if you're gonna put your wet gear in there and then you push heat into that space, it's really just gonna make it a little bit more wet and really prevent it from drying out. But since you have the ventilation with it, you're gonna be pushing heat through and then drawing it out, gets at that circulation, allows the air to flow, and it helps you dry out your equipment a lot faster. So you have shelves right here, as well as just a large space over there to fit whatever you guys need to in this space. And then your heated boot dryer is gonna be right next to it, dual purpose as a bench or a step up into your nose, but also on a gas shock. So this lid's gonna hold itself open. You guys can really get in here with 2 hands, Get your boots out, put your boots in. This space is also heated and ventilated. So your heat's pumping through your 40,000 BTU furnace, and then it's venting out the sides. Down at the floor, we have that front floor drain I was mentioning. So you're also gonna be able to just push your moisture out right here as well. This entire floor is coated in that Vortex lining, so really good protectant. That's what you guys are checking out down there, that black spray. It's gonna be aluminum lined, and then 3/4 inch stable deck flooring, and then you spray it with your Vortex lining. If you guys are not familiar with that Vortex lining spray, I do encourage you to get to Logan Coach's social medias and check out the videos that they do on that product, because it is extremely tough, durable, and just a really good, incredible product that they use. While we're up here, we have nice carpet. This is their upgraded. It's a little bit thicker than what they do on their horse trailer models. It's not as shallow, so it's nice and comfortable. If you guys were gonna throw a bedroll up in there and spend the night, you have that nice upgraded carpeting. You have a frameless window on each side, so you can get your air moving through that space, same as you've seen in the back. Got some lights up there. We have a speaker from our sound system. Your Xantrax inverter is up there. Breaker panel below that. Outlet to the left, and then up above that, you guys are checking out a panel, like just a screen right there that represents your solar panels up on top. So you have a 190 watt solar panel package with this guy. Excuse me. So your solar is going to really just bring in that electricity and help maintain and keep your batteries topped off. Right now we are fully running on our battery power just to represent all of these lights, because lights are key in that Chris Burandt package. And then before we step out, I just wanted to point out that Max Air fan I was showing you guys. We have one at the front as well as one at the rear. And then I showed you guys that remote to use. Also has controls right here, so if you do lose that remote, you can't find it, it needs batteries, it's not working, you have ceiling controls right here. So just another point right there of ventilation, getting air moving. You turn your heaters on, you have your sleds in here, you want everything to dry out. You guys have windows, you have vents, and now you have Max Air fans as well. So up front we have a front side ramp right here, same as the rear. You guys are gonna have your fold down rubber that covers your springs, as well as your fold down that covers the ramp from the ground. Nice front exit. If you guys don't use this, obviously you don't have to, just keep it up. But if you just want the convenience of driving sleds on and driving sleds off, maybe you need to get one of these off, but those need to stay on. You guys have flexibility and versatility. So that's kind of the concept right here, as you guys can utilize these trailers exactly how you need to. We're gonna go ahead and step off, and then we'll come back and look at the trailer, because I want to point out again more of those lights. Chris was really big on lights and getting these trailers lit up, and I encourage you to check out his socials as well, because he's done some nighttime videos of his Logan at home when he's either packing it or unpacking it, and he's got it all lit up, and it really is a good representation of how bright these scene lights are. You're gonna have one over your side ramp and a second one right here over that man door. So this space right here is gonna be extremely well lit up. If you guys aren't utilizing your side ramp, you have your man door entrance right here, so you're not always having to drop one of those ramps down to get into this space. You guys can climb in and out through your man door. You're gonna get a grab handle with it, as well as your fold down step, because these are deck over trailers. You guys notice we don't have any fender wells inside of that space, so that fold down step is definitely gonna be important climbing up into this space right here. And then exterior of that fuel access door is gonna be right here. You guys need to get in and fuel your sleds, it's gonna be this door right here. Maybe you're fueling your side-by-sides or your ATVs as well. These are gonna be really incredible trailers for dual purpose. You guys are gonna just go somewhere camping out of this trailer. You wanna throw your cots in there. Again, you're gonna go to hunting camp. You wanna throw your cots in there for you and all your buddies. You have those two really big furnaces in here to keep it warm while you're up there in the mountains this winter. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and put this ramp up as well and show you guys, because we are not, someone gave me this tip one time, we're not in the business of making podcasts. So we're not just showing you guys these features, it's not just another picture, so to speak. We want to show you guys how easy everything is to use. So again, just one hand. That one takes itself up really well. And then they're just gonna have these fold over butterfly latches on each side. So go ahead and lock those ramps into place. We're gonna go ahead and come up front because there's still quite a few things up here I wanna show you guys. We do have a single leg hydraulic jack with your controls right here. So you guys can push that up and down, just the push of a button, really easy to use, really convenient. Then we do have the most important and highly recommended feature is gonna be this front roll-up door right here. We got a lot of positive feedback on this because it really just covers this space right here and really protects it, because you're driving on the snowy roads, you're getting your slush and your salt spraying back up on here. That protects everything inside of here. You're gonna have a shelf right here for extra storage space. Up above, your aluminum battery tray with 2 batteries in here. And then your battery disconnect switch is gonna be right here. So right now you guys can just kill all power. I just turned off all my lights, which is really important to use if you guys are unplugged, so you're not plugged in and you don't have, your sun's not shining, you don't have solar charging right now, and you can't remember if you left one of those lights on, because there's a lot of lights on this trailer, right? You're not sure if you hit all of those light switches. So you can just go ahead and disconnect right here and to prevent from killing your batteries. If you are charging off of that solar, keep it green. And if you're plugged into your 7-pin right here on your tow vehicle, this will also trickle charge those batteries. So you want to keep it green when you're plugged in there. So your hydraulic jack right here. And then part of that Chris Burandt package is an additional shelf right here. So just more storage items that you want to keep over here. And then the upgraded 30-pound propane tanks. So this is going to fuel those furnaces right there. And then we do have a light right here, so you guys can see what you're doing inside of this space. If you are working in here, we have an LED right here for visibility. And then up front, we're coming back over here because we do have breakaway batteries right here, kind of just like on most trailers. You do have this cable right here that if you connect to your tow vehicle, and if this becomes, you guys become disconnected and this pulls loose, this is going to engage those trailer brakes. And then tucked away up here, I told you guys I was going to show you where you're plugging in your shore power. So Chris Burandt, again, he uses these trailers and he went to Logan to design these. We're not just putting his name on them and selling them for a higher price. There's a lot of thought. So this is up in here now instead of back there, because this is going to keep it a lot more protected and prevent any sort of exposure to the elements. It's a really good hiding spot right there. But also think, right now, this would be in the bed of your truck, right? You're connected to your truck, so your bed is right here. You guys can very easily set a portable gen in your bed and plug it in right there. You're not having to pull out that portable gen, haul it back there and plug it in. A lot of thought. So that's where that shore power is going to plug in. This one is your 2026 brand new Chris Burandt. This one's that 33 foot. I have a 35 foot on order. We have 31s, 27s on the lot, as well as those 25 foot bumper pulls. If you want something different, I would love to help you guys out. These are really exciting new trailers that I'm excited to get out on the road for you guys this winter. You guys want this trailer right here, you want to put your name on it. This one's going to be 5N251135. You guys can scan this code and type this in at transwest.com. Pulls up a full photo gallery. You guys can reference this video again, or just give me a call or shoot me a text. It's 303-918-6367. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.